Hello. Welcome to. Oh, I got a bit of lag there. Welcome to Mark 1 Part 2. As soon as you spawn in, you spawn into this. Welcome to VR Chat. Yes. And, yes. And this is the welcome area. It's my favorite part of the build. It shouldn't be. The build should be better than the welcome area probably, but I kind of like this welcome area. It's very tropical. Alright, but we start all the way down here at verse 28. I mean, you can go for a walk. You can go for a walk for. Oh, my body is detached. We can go for a walk through here. Don't know how long that's gonna take, but that's where we start, and we got a nice map of Galilee because we're in Galilee. And after the first verse, we walk into this nice house, and immediately we're gonna go over to here and look at this because this poor lady has a fever, and we need to get rid of it. So there's some quote unquote that's the wrong button, quote unquote world build magic that we need to do. So when verse 31 is read, what we need to do is we need to delete this when verse 31 is read, and that's the smoke on there. Don't delete the text itself, despite it says delete verse 31 on there. Don't delete verse 31. Delete the thing that says that when you click on it. Yeah. So if I'm not deleting them, the person, delete the smoke from her, and that will represent her sickness disappearing. Yeah. And then we come over here, and then she's cooking up nice din-dins for. I've managed to get 12 men in here, plus Jesus, that was a bit of a hassle. One thing I want to mention is that there's a wee glitch going around. I can walk through all of these at the moment because all the colliders are off them. But earlier on, the colliders were back on them. So the colliders have been putting themselves back on by themselves occasionally with just a few of these lovely characters and with the palm trees outside. So if you can't walk through them, that'll be why. If you are not a world builder and you're watching this, the way to turn them off, hang on, I'll do that again with explaining it. So I've got this here, world editor menu. I want to open up my editor panel. I want to turn the edit mode on by either clicking that or this. It's the same button, does the same thing. And I hover over, find the thing I want, and say I was walking into Jesus sit there, I would make sure this is unticked, so if it was collidable, I wouldn't be able to walk into anywhere where that red box is. And that is really annoying for some people, so we want to make sure that's unchecked so we can walk through him. And then we can walk through, we can gather around, we can get up close and personal, get in on the table, maybe, get in and be all chummy with our mates here, the 12 disciples and Jesus. Yeah, get all up close and personal and all that. You can grab these onions or garlic. I think they're garlic or something. They're the only two things you can pick up in here. I think. Oh yeah, I made these pick upable as well. I'm getting so many spam calls. There we go, they stopped. I'm getting so many spam calls, I don't know if you heard that on video. But anyway, let's go off further. There's a couple things you can pick up in the room, I'll just let people find them. And as soon as you go out the door, thinking of being super duper overwhelmed, this is I'd feel overwhelmed if I stepped out the door into the courtyard and loads of people were in the courtyard and staring, and loads of sick people, and then like Jesus has to deal with that. So we step out in the courtyard, there's loads of people, it's super crowded, and then you can read 32 to 33, 34. And then we come out here, and this is kind of the next day. No more crowdedness. Nice little fireflies. Jesus is out in the wilderness, so we don't see any Jesus here. He's off somewhere. And then, but when he's found, they said they have to go to traveling to other towns and places. So hopefully, the boats off in the water and the buildings off in the distance kind of signify traveling to other towns and things. I didn't know what else to do. And then we've got this small, tiny scene here where we've got Lapa, someone with leprosy. He's got this horrible illness, which is represented by this smoke coming off him, this dark smoke. And this is another one where we delete it. So this one says delete verse 42, don't delete verse 42, don't delete that, don't delete the text. We want to delete this thing that says delete verse 42. It says it here. So we click on that and then just click the little X. And then there's just like 2 columns of text here. And by the palm tree, I tried to position it best by the palm tree. And then this guy is just, instead of going over to the synagogue over there, he's off here telling his mates about how he was healed. Well, he's taking a bit of a detour, and they're like, yeah, they're all super excited. And that's going to cause an issue. And then afterwards, if you want, you can just come back and hang out up here. I think this is a cool hangout area. Alright, let's